David and Goliath, a Bible story retold by Jean Marzolo. Read to you today by Gammy. Long, long ago, an Israelite boy named David lived with his father Jesse, his grandmother Ruth, and 7 older brothers in Bethlehem. It's a small town in a hilly land called Judah. The Israelites, also called Hebrews, were a tribe of poor shepherds and farmers. David was a shepherd. He liked that job because while he watched his sheep, he could sing and play his harp. David made up his own songs, and all of his songs were about God. David's music was so good that sometimes he was asked to sing for Saul, the king of the Israelites. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures.
What does I shall not want mean?
God is David's shepherd. God takes care of him, and that's all David wants.
Bah.
David had another exceptional skill. He was outstanding at hitting targets with a sling that hurled stones. Being a shepherd gave David lots of time to practice, which was good because every so often he had to kill a lion that wanted one of David's lambs for lunch. Oh no, you don't take that!
David is the best shot around.
Yes, he makes us feel very safe. And now for the story. So the story of David and Goliath begins. One day, David and his family waved goodbye to David's 3 oldest brothers. They were leaving to help King Saul protect the land of Judah from the invading Philistine army. The Philistines were very rich city people who lived along the coast. They had come to conquer the Israelites and take over their land. The Israelites didn't want that. They loved their land, their sheep, and their freedom, so they had to fight the Philistines. Every family sent men to help. Goodbye, my sons. Be careful. God be with you and all the Israelites.
I'm glad David is staying home.
He needs to watch his sheep, find them grass and water, and protect them from lions.
Bah.
Days passed. As David watched his sheep, he worried about the war. Had the army started fighting yet? His family had no way of knowing. And one night at supper, his father honored him with a special request. Tomorrow, David, I would like for you to take food to the Israelites' camp. Please see how your brothers are and bring us back news. Yes, Father. That night, David was so nervous, he had to sing himself to sleep. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul.
David can't sleep?
He can when he pretends that he's a sleepy lamb in a pasture with God watching over him. Early the next morning, David set out for the battleground. When he arrived, he saw Israelite soldiers marching down one hill and Philistine soldiers marching down another. David's heart began to thump. They were about to attack each other. Then suddenly everyone stopped. An enormous giant stepped forward from the Philistine lines of soldiers. He began to shout at the Israelites, I am Goliath, champion of the Philistines. Choose one of your men to fight me. If your man wins, we will become your servants. But if I win, your men will become our servants.
No one is accepting his offer.
Of course not.
Why not?
Look at him. Goliath is a monster.
Bah.
Israelites ran back up their hill. Quickly, David caught up with them. As he ran, he asked about Goliath and learned that Goliath had been shouting his challenge for 40 days straight. Why did you run away every day? Why doesn't one of you fight Goliath? Are you kidding? He's humongous. David's brothers were quite angry with him. Did you run away from home? No. Father sent me food for you. Well, who's taking care of your sheep? Another shepherd. Why are you asking so many questions about Goliath? I'm trying to find out why, for 40 days, no one has dared to fight him.
Why are David's brothers so angry?
Maybe they're embarrassed. David saw them run away from Goliath.
Bah.
David's questions reached the ears of King Saul, who was in the tent at the battlefield. The king asked to see David. As David entered the royal tent, he prayed to God for courage. "King Saul, I am your servant. I will fight Goliath." "Impossible. You're just a shepherd boy. Goliath is a powerful giant." "I may be a shepherd, but I have killed lions. I take care of my sheep, and the Lord takes care of me." "Then may the Lord be with you, David. Come, I'll give you an armor to wear." King Saul gave David his helmet, armor, sword, and spear, but they didn't fit David. "I can't use these things. They're too big and too heavy."
Are you getting nervous for David?
A little bit.
Me too. But
David took off the king's armor and started down the hill toward Goliath. Between him and the giant was a small stream. Quietly, David spoke to God. "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me."
is Goliath hear David?
No.
Did God hear David?
Yes. Goliath watched suspiciously as David came toward him. He saw the boy stop at the stream and pick up 5 smooth stones and put them in his shepherd's bag. Goliath was insulted. "What am I, a dog that you come to fight with me with 5 little stones? I'll feed you to the birds."
David afraid now? I would be. But then I'm only a little lamb.
David's a brave shepherd.
But
David crossed the stream and kept walking toward the giant. As he walked, he took his sling out of his bag and put a stone in it. It was just a stone, but it was good enough for David because he knew he had another weapon, an invisible weapon. "You come at me with sword and spear, but I come at you with God."
is Goliath afraid?
No, but he should be. David ran straight for the giant. He twirled the sling around fast, and then he let go of one end. The stone flew out directly at Goliath. The stone hit the giant right in the forehead and knocked him down. Goliath, the mighty warrior, was dead.
Wow! David killed Goliath with just one stone?
Yes, he knew how to use his sling to throw it really hard. Young David had won the battle for King Saul and the Israelites. His brothers were very proud of him. "You saved our people. You saved our land. And our sheep." "Thank you, David. Will you fight more battles for me?" "King Saul, I am your servant. I will do whatever you ask." David won many battles for the Israelites, and in time, he became king himself. He was king for 40 years. During his rule, Judah became part of a big, powerful kingdom called Israel. But no matter how busy King David got, he always found time to sing and write songs about God. "Surely goodness and loving kindness will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever."
That's pretty good for a shepherd to become king.
I agree.
He deserves it. But I have a question. After David killed Goliath, the Philistines become the Israelites' servant?
No, the Philistines ran away.
I would run away too. I can run so fast.
Me too.
But I like books about heroes.
Me too.
But
The end. We have so much more to learn. Be blessed.